What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another view. This time we're taking a look at Anaconda. Now, Anaconda tells the story of this documentary crew that are traveling down the Peruvian rivers trying to find this lost civilization. All the while, they run across this poacher named Sloan, played by Jon Voight, and as the movie goes on, we find out that Jon Voight's character is hunting down this anaconda, which is probably the biggest in human history. And he's pretty much using the cruise ship as a way to search for this giant snake. That's the overall plot of the movie. It's nothing spectacular, it's nothing earth shattering, but this movie itself is not spectacular nor earth shattering, though it is a very entertaining monster flick. Now, Anaconda is that has got that cheesy B movies feel to it, but it's got that 90s spin to it also, because you have actors like Jennifer Lopez and Ice Cube that are in this movie. Jennifer Lopez, she is not the world's greatest actor, and it shows in this movie. She's nothing horrendous, but she's not great either. Ice Cube, he actually gets better as the years go on. His first early movie roles, he's kind of bad. To tell you the truth, to me, my favorite actor in this entire movie is Jon Voight, who plays the villain Sloan. I think he is completely over the top, and he plays this just manipulative, snake-like human being, no pun intended. Pretty great. Pretty hammy. He's hamming it up, and you can tell that Jon Voight's having a good time playing this over-the-top villain. And I just like how manipulative he is of the documentary crew, pretty much steering them where they want to go, while all the while making sure his goals are attained as well. I thought Jon Voight did a good job with that. Jonathan Hyde is in this movie. He plays a character called Restridge, and I like him. He's like this uptight British aristocrat type of character, and I thought he was pretty funny in the role. Owen Wilson's in this movie, and this is before Owen Wilson's career really took off, and his acting is kind of choppy in a lot of areas. You know, it is what it is. And Eric Stoltz is in this movie as well. He plays a character called Kale, who is in a relationship with the J-Lo character, but Stoltz has about maybe 10 lines of dialogue, because throughout the entire movie he's pretty much in a coma, because a wasp got in his scuba gear and it kind of like put him in a coma. So Stoltz is in this movie basically for decoration. And the romance with him and J-Lo, it's flimsy, because I don't buy them a couple at all. They have maybe a few scenes of them interacting, and this movie wants me to believe that they're a loving couple. I'm sorry, I just don't buy it. I don't buy it at all. But we're not here for these human characters. They're basically just cardboard cutouts. We're here for the monster action. And as a monster movie, how does it hold up? Pretty good. I like Anaconda. It's a goofy movie. I like the look of the anaconda snake itself. It's this massive, monstrous looking thing, and when it attacks, it's visceral. It's visceral for PG-13 standards, but it is scary. And from a visual standpoint, I think the director, he did a pretty solid job making this movie as well. Now this movie is nothing all that spectacular. It's not special, but as a monster movie, I think it delivers. I mean, there are better monster movies than Anaconda, especially that came out in the 90s, but I think this one is solid. You know, I like the whole look of the Amazon River where the anaconda snake is. I think from a visual standpoint, the director actually gets a couple of neat shots here and there, and the overall look of the Amazon is great, because it has this foreboding yet very elegant sense to it. So I like all of that stuff. And I also like the prologue of the movie, where we see Danny Trejo as the first victim of the anaconda snake. And I think that the opening prologue of the movie is actually kind of entertaining and well directed, and is a complete rip-off of the opening of Jaws, minus the go-go and skinny dipping. Every monster movie has a prologue that mirrors Jaws in every way. That's just how these monster movies are. They all use Jaws as their template. The only problem is that Jaws is a better written movie, a better constructed movie, and actually has human characters that you care about. In Anaconda, these guys are basically just set up to die, and you know the ones who are going to live because their names are Ice Cube and J-Lo, who were very popular at the time. And Eric Stoltz is just tag along, and Eric Stoltz lives because, you know, he's dating J-Lo in the movie. Whatever. Like, really, whatever. But look, from a monster action standpoint, the movie delivers. The Anaconda, like I said, it's massive, it's huge, it's vicious, and when it attacks, you're in fear for your life. I like how when the anaconda attacks you, it wraps around you and just squeezes the life out of you, and you can hear like bones cracking and stuff like that. So yeah, the Anaconda snake itself is vicious. It's good stuff, and basically the first 2/3 of the movie is kind of bland. It's kind of whatever. It's just these guys searching for this civilization. So nothing really all that exciting happens. Nothing really happens until the Owen Wilson character kind of gets killed off by the Anaconda, and then the movie kind of picks up some steam a little bit. And actually, no. The movie actually gets better from over there once the Owen Wilson's character dies, because that's when the snake action really happens. And then you get to the third act where you have Sloane, where Sharon is trying to kill J-Lo and Ice Cube, while all the while they got the snake after them. So it's kind of you got like a lot of different things happening all at once. So it's kind of the third act can be kind of convoluted, but it has a lot going on. But the action and the gore is visceral, and the practical effects of the snake. When the snake is practical, it looks really good. When it's CG, it looks that shit. And that's early 90s for you. That's late 97 CG for you. So yeah, basically Anaconda for me gets a solid 6.5 out of 10. Listen, this is not a monster movie that's going to change the world, but it is entertaining. Though the first 2/3 of the movie is kind of slow, but once the Owen Wilson character dies, the movie does pick up steam. It is entertaining, but you do have some entertaining things peppered all throughout the movie as well. They're just nothing all that interesting, but it's okay. You have John Voight, who to me is the saving grace of this movie as Sharon, because he's just hamming it up as the villain, and the snake carnage is fun to watch when it is actually happening. So yeah, 6.5 out of 10 for Anaconda. Let me know your thoughts in the comment sections down below. Like the video and subscribe, and I'll check you back next time for more.